Okay, hey guys, I wanted to hop on. It's been longer than I intended between the last video and this video. And I'm using my son's camera, so I don't know how that'll work. But I just wanted to get on and show you guys how we organize for homeschool. It's pretty messy. I didn't make any special effort. This is just what it looks like right now. But I'm going to go through and just show you guys how, because we don't have a dedicated schoolroom. We school at our kitchen table or our dining table. So I'm just going to show you guys where we sort of store everything throughout the house. So starting over here, this is like a little desk area. Let me back up. That my husband built. So over here we have, these are just some readers my daughter had pulled out. She wanted to look at. So those are just sitting here, but this is our history books. We're doing a dinosaur unit study next year. These are just some blank books that I picked up from Target that the kids can just use for whatever they want. They're just, I think there's like 16 of them. These are our clipboards. We use whiteboards instead of paper. The kids like to be able to erase, so they use that a lot for like math and just taking notes. They use their little whiteboards. This is more of our history books. And then this is Hayden's main curriculum. This is Ava's main curriculum. And then these are just some other books that we have sitting here, ones that I'd like to get through. Some are mine, some are the kids'. And then down at the bottom, that's where we store our printer, our laminator. That is a bag of stuff. I was doing my sister's wedding invitation, so that's all wedding invitation stuff. These are all of our, what I call go bags. I don't use, I don't carry a purse. So we have a bag for field trips, a bag for dance, my camera bag. Just depending on where we're going, what kind of outing, I just grab that specific bag. So let me move over and show you guys some of where we store some of the other stuff. Okay, so this is another area right in the room that we school in. We were showing the kids some VHSs. So I really, at this point, only use this bottom drawer, which is extremely heavy, because this is where I have, this is like all of our printer paper, our laminating sheets. I used to use like this whole thing for homeschool, but since last year I have bought an art closet, like a little cabinet, and moved a lot of stuff out of here. So we only really use that one little cabinet. And then, so this is Holden's area where he does most of his little schoolwork. And that's pretty much that. If you guys haven't seen in our other videos, this is the little IKEA table we use. And inside are different bins. I'll show you the other side. I don't know what is in here. I don't think, oh, alphabet puzzle is in here. But he does sensory activities. Using this table, we can flip it so that it's on the card side or a white side, just depending on what we are doing. So that is his. This is just stuff I need to put away. This was just some different books we have are filing away, and paperwork, homeschool paperwork over the last few years. So that just needs to go back downstairs. I've cleaned all of our stuff out from last year. So then we have this area, and we have some different books. Most of these are Holden's favorite current books right now. And then Hayden had some readers up here that he's working on. And then we have our class pet. That's our little fish. And what else? Not much down here. And then I also used to use this for homeschool, but I've moved most of the stuff to the art closet. The only thing still in here at this point is some games. But that's pretty much it that's in there that is homeschool related. And then on this side, we move this over to the table, and then we move it back over here when we're not doing school. But these are all of our little school supplies. We mostly use our erasable pens and markers, our erasable highlighters, and they like using whiteboards, so we have whiteboard markers in lots of different colors. Then we have the kids' binders. If they need to, they don't use them every day necessarily, but if they need to for history or science or anything, write something down, they get these out. This is Hayden's spelling box. This is Holden's. It just has like alphabet stuff and flashcards. And we don't use this super often, just when he feels like he wants to sit at the table with the big kids. And then in here, we have various flashcards, stickers. This is clay, the kind that doesn't dry out. I keep that handy for fidgety hands. There's some other books in there. Our language arts curriculum requires poetry, but my kids don't necessarily always like the poetry that comes included, so I bought us some separate poetry books. Then this has some more games, their headphones, their mice. The bottom one is also heavy. I don't know if I can get it out right now, but that has like our specific art paper, like the watercolor paper, mixed media paper, and then it has our unit studies for science are in there. So I don't know if that's gonna shut. That's pretty much all there is in this room. I have 2 more spots I'll show you guys, but before I do, and excuse my messy floor, I have not swept. My kids are sitting up. This is where we homeschool. So this is our little area. And then of course we have where I keep my paper. This I forgot to show you. This is just different puzzles and manipulatives, just so they're not sitting out. And then we have that area back there, which is a little bit of a mess currently. So let's go into another room. Okay, so this is in our kitchen, which is right next to where we homeschool. We don't really use this whiteboard. This whiteboard was actually here prior to homeschooling. When my kids were smaller, they used to just stand there and color. I think we've talked about moving it to the treehouse, but we haven't yet. So up here are sensory things for Holden's sensory bends that I don't want him able to get into when I don't want him to, so they're way high out of reach. And then in here, we have some other books that are resource books we don't use frequently, but want to have handy in case we need them. This is like extra binders, extra spiral notebooks. There's cardstock and graph paper in there. So that's pretty much all there is in that. And then I have one more spot. I'll show you guys the art closet, which is in our laundry room. Okay, so we are in the laundry room now. This is our art closet. It's pretty messy in here. So I'm just going to show you this really quick, but there's the kids' Play-Doh. I keep like extra cardboard and stuff back here because sometimes the kids like to use cardboard instead of paper. Up here is mostly, it's kind of really messy right now, but that is all stuff for our meteorology science unit, and some of it is for Hayden's art program he's doing, so that's kind of up out of the way so that the kids don't use it up before we're ready. So then this is the closet, and in hindsight I probably should have gotten a much larger one, but we have chalk, colored pencils, buttons, all kinds of pieces and odds and ends. In here, these are not medicine, they are beads, but we have markers of all kinds. We have the beeswax crayons for holding, glue, post-it notes, lots of paint brushes, more clay and pipe cleaners and randomness. And then down here there's Kinetic Sand, and these are resource books that my kids don't currently need, but I'm holding on to either for basically for another sibling once they get to whatever level those are for. So that's just where I'm keeping them, so that when we get there I can grab them. But that is our art closet. And then there's, I think, one last thing I'll show you guys on this video. Let me go grab it. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to come in and show you guys, we use a lot of PDFs. So this is our Kindle for our school, and this here is Homeschool Panda. So this is our calendar planner. This is my first year using a digital planner, mainly because Ava wants to be graded this year, and this is an easy way for me to just go in at the end of the day and add in grades. It also allows her, she has her own side of it that she can go on, and so she can mark off what she's done. Let me show you guys the calendar really quick. Right now, everything's red because we are on summer break. So I'll go to August, maybe. Okay, so here's a day in August that we will be doing school. So as you can see, there's all their various things that they'll need to do. They can check them off when they're done, and then I can go back in and add grades. Excuse my loud 8-year-old. Let's see. So then this is the app that we keep all of our PDFs in. So these are all the PDFs we'll need handy. And that's how we sort of use them. And then the last thing we have is here, school stuff. So we have Curiosity Stream, which is what my kids use. You can see my little one right there. My kids use, this is for documentaries. I can link that below. We've been using it for a year now. We love it. Basically when I don't want to teach or we have a break. Okay, Mama's almost done. We use Curiosity Stream. It's basically Netflix for documentaries. This is where we have our ebooks. We have a subscription to Epic and books. We've had books for a year. I added Epic because the libraries all shut down. And then, of course, we have Reading Eggs. And that's pretty much it that we use. But those are all of our homeschool apps. So that's the last thing to kind of show you how we organize our homeschool. Because we don't have a dedicated schoolroom, I like to have the option of using these PDFs. It's just less things printed and less places to have to put them. But that's it, guys. That is how we organize. There's no real system. It's not perfect, but that's how we do it. So I just wanted to share in case you also are working with limited space. So I will be back hopefully with another video here soon. We've been very busy. We rescued a kitty. It showed up on our back porch. So we've been, sorry, getting used to calling it a he. His name is Bo. So we'll be back probably our next video introducing you guys to Bo. But we will be back. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe and follow along.